Ready, box. Alright, back with another banger of a chapter 1493, titled On a Whim. Starts off like other ones, right where the last one left off. You see the background of the sun, the hot summer days, and the announcer says, "It's the hottest day of the summer. The living legend has come to the tiger's homeland." You just hear the cicadas chirping, the sun in the sky. He goes on, the violent clash of Ricardo Martinez and Sendo Takashi. We see this brand new arena, the whole entire inside of it. I forget the name, leave it in the comments, but it looks like a spaceship, inside of a spaceship. It looks massive. Again, thank you again for H&I Scan Trash and Good Sir Scanulations. We appreciate you. Becca Black, Papa J, and Papa Puri. Mwah. You're doing what you're doing. Announcer saying, the final step of all boxers, Omega. And we see Date and Takamura in the background doing a pose. The announcer goes on, and here to confront him is the Nanawa Tai. Grrr, and they do a pose again. And the announcer says, you're off again. That won't do. They both kind of look annoyed, a little sweaty. And Takamura lets out, how many times you gonna make us rehearse, asshole? Date says, you really want us to do this? And the announcer says, it'll get everyone fired up. This is Kansai. Vibes are important. Vibes.
The fucking vibes?
I guess. And Date says, don't agree with him. You're just biased. And the announcer says, the Nanawa, Tai, grrr. And everyone puts their hands up. Date thinks, we rehearsed it so many times, and I did it reflexively. And I'm thinking like, okay, I'm glad I finally see Date. I really wish I'd seen him interact with Ricardo outside of the match, which we still might do. You know, I might beat Sino and walk past him. We don't know what might happen. But like, yeah, I wish I would have talked a little bit. I'm glad I finally have Date in there. Hopefully his son pops up. He might not. I was like, we're lacking Date in this arc. I need it's most important that he be here, you know, of all people. And Date says, the announcer says, if you mess it up, you better take responsibility. Takamura's on the side going, grrr, grrr. Announcer thinks, it's not our responsibility though. See cicadas, we see Osaka Castle, and Osaka Joe Hill, so Osaka Hall. And it's cracked up, it's crowded, people are coming inside, this packed wall to wall. People are cheering, boxing fans. They're thinking, what a day. Our Sendo is about to become the world champion. He's going to win. Duh, he is. This is going to be a new national holiday. Tiger Day! And you see Ippo sweating his butt off. He says, even though it's nighttime, it hasn't cooled off at all. If anything, I think it's gotten even hotter. Must be because everyone packed together. Ippo thinks, it's not just the boxers. I have to be careful not to get dehydrated, no matter how you slice it. They're going to sweat. We see the arena packed out. Wall to wall, body to body. Body to body, it's packed out. Sold out arena. Goes down, people getting sold. It turns out to be Date and Takamura. People says, it's And Date starts it off. All the rehearsing we were doing got us thirsty. And Ippo just kind of looks at him. Date gives him a kind of look. We all think like, yo, you cool with being here? Like the way he did to you? He retired you. He basically broke your jaw. Broke jaw, put you to retirement. And when we technical, he did kill your baby. Because by all the stress he caused your wife had a miscarriage. I probably wouldn't show up to someone's match like that. We would be ops for life. And then Date goes on. We were called in as commentators. After all, I'm the only one in Japan who's ever crossed fists with Ricardo. And here go Takamura being a jerk. And some grandpa who got his ass handed to him wasn't enough. So they also called the strongest man in the universe. I'm here to give everyone commentary from the mouths of the gods. And Date says, what the fuck you say? And then Takamura says, what the fuck you say? Ippo says, hey, calm down. In the background, we see Takamura, we see Miyatas as Takamura and Date face off. As I quit it, people are watching. Takamura goes on, look at what the cat dragged in. You know we're not in Tokyo. And Miyatas says, that's my line. He says, let's go. Sendo gave you a ticket too, right? I'm going to buy a bunch of drinks. I'll get you some too. That's Ippo saying that to Miyata. And then we see Date and Takamura in the background thinking. And Date says, those two are friends now? Takamura just looks on glares. And then Maru comes in and says, Ara, so I'm next to you two. Good to see you. I'll get you a commentary during the match. This is really a VIP seat. And Ippo is handing out water like crazy. He says, take this. You don't want heat stroke. Even if it's air conditioning here, you can't be lax. Miyata-kun, you too. Mura says, thank you. It almost reminds me of holes like Camp Green Lake. And he says, it looks like you bought a lot of those. Will you have enough time to time for a drink? It might be over in a flash. And Miyatas says the odds are stacked in Ricardo's favor. You sure? And Mara says it sure looks like it. Ippo thinks I can't even imagine ending quickly. And both Mara and Miyata look over at him. I still think they're siblings, but I get a chance to see Miyata's eyes. There's no blackening, no discoloration, which I kind of hate that. I wish I was seeing something wrong with him. He looks cool. And Ippo goes on. Also, what you said yesterday. And he's back to Ippo and Miyata room. Just now, he was doing his anti-Ricardo strategy. He looks over and said, "What was it?" And I was quiet for a second. Then he says, "When you two were touch sparring, he pulled his punch mid-swing, right?" He says, "Ah, yes, that feint. He got me with it." Miyata says, "It wasn't a feint." He looks on. Miyata says, "It was just a whim." When he threw out his right, he felt it wouldn't land, so he switched it up, and that let his left hand land. You never know what he'll do, but the accuracy of those whims is unnaturally high. Ippo thinks his wild instincts. Maddox goes on. When I sparred with him, probably because he was preparing for a world title match, he fought strategically and used his head, which is why it was so easy to beat him. Mara says, if it's conventional, rational boxing, Miyata clearly holds the advantage. And Miyata goes on, and Ricardo isn't even a comparison, so he'll see right through anything so hastily thrown together. When I sparred him, it felt hopeless. Ippo looks down. Miyata goes on, although maybe it's something in his private life, or maybe it's because you showed up. I'm not sure what the cause is, but he's returning back to his original wildness. Mora says, but Ricardo already has his anti-wild strategy. We saw that in the match with Warley. Miyata goes on. They're both wild, but they're different types. That's the one thing that undermines Ricardo's incredible perception. Mara says, different types. Ippo says, yeah, I get it. Warley-kun is a primate, and Sendo-san is a carnivore. And we get a glance at Sendo in his brand new outfit and his champion robe, just looking like a killer in his waiting room, followed by to be continued. So, they're edging us along. They kept edging us along. We saw a glimpse of Sendo. He's ready to go. And I like the comparison of, like, he's the type of carnivore. He's the type of killer. He wants blood. Wally was a primate. He likes playing trees. He's vegetables. He's not hurting nobody. Sendo has to hunt his prey. He has to go out for the kill. And that's going to be the main difference between both of them. And that his feints land when he doesn't think. He needs to fight on instinct. He can't fight on he can't think it through. I think back to the Vogue and Mike Elliott fight where he started to win when he stopped thinking so much, let his instincts run wild. Vogue have to do the same thing in this match. I still think he can win. Now, they're talking about whims and feints. So I don't necessarily know the difference between the two. You might just be adding in this little extra flair because it is a comic. But it seems like a feint is planned out and a whim isn't. And also probably be a Psyche too. I feel like a Psyche better than a whim. But we'll see them all come to play soon enough. This chapter is pretty much cut and dry. It was cool seeing Date. Wish I seen him a little bit differently. I like how he brought up he's only one that fought Ricardo. But yeah, honestly, this chapter is cool. I kind of just want to get the fight started, to be honest with you. I want to get on with the fight. Like we've been playing around this almost half the year. Let's get it in. Let's get boxing up. But it might be like chapters throughout the entire summer dropping, similar to what happened with the Mishiba fight. And I do feel like Ippo is almost like 70-80% done, so I might be trying to just milk it along as much as he can before he finishes it out. I might have a goal year to finish it out, and he might be trying to go for that for George. But shout out to that. Listen, that's all I got for this one. I'll catch you in the next round. Like, taking that like button, subscribe, comment how I did in this video, and comment on community posts. Alright, see you soon. Work, that's what you say. Work, earn the pay.
Somebody said your mom being your top op is wild. Hey, the way you said that was so funny. So funny. Bro, Bud got a whole villain arc story. Like, they need to make a movie about Bud, and then his mom on the porch like, get him, boys, get my son. Bro, and